realistic. It is what it is.
Good.
So I think that we're all missing out on a game here and $1 million question. So for Fresh and Myron, so how does a girl get to be the main? What do you provide to get to be the main for a high value man? Then
Very good
us
question.
worrying about side chick, that's what I want to know. And I want an honest, real answer.
Y'all funny as fuck.
And I was on a winning streak. I was on a winning streak. Two things: compliance and not being useless. If I'm going to be 1,000% honest, most modern day women are fucking useless. They kind of come in and they just they're a liability and not really an asset. So as soon as a girl comes in and she acquiesces to what you got going on and she becomes an asset,
I try to be an asset.
that's really what it is: being an asset and being compliant. You know, I think a lot of girls think it's okay and attractive to you know be a little bit more rambunctious, be competitive, be assertive, be dominant, whatever. These traits are actually very unattractive to most men.
Okay.
Like, so,
I agree.
Don't listen to what women tell you about being strong and independent,
Right.
whatever. It's all cap, bro. Like, because if I turn around and I told you, hey, on Saturdays I like to wear heels and you'd be like, what the fuck? You look at me like, no, thank you. But that's exactly how men feel when a woman says, I got a career, I'm successful,
Right.
and they lead with their success. I'm not saying, you know, a girl that has a degree is dumb, or sorry, ugly. I'm obviously, you know, you guys are educated, you guys aren't ugly. But what I am saying is that it doesn't necessarily add to your repertoire and make you sexier. You know what I'm saying? Like men look at things that don't. Women tend to look at. Women tend to expect. They think what they find attractive in men, men should find attractive
Right.
in women. And
It's totally the
attraction is
opposite.
never symmetrical.
Never.
Yeah.
It's always asymmetrical. So I think once a woman understands that, hey, men want a lady just like you want a man. Because if I decide to wear heels on Saturdays, you'd be like,
Oh,
what
no.
the fuck? You would not date me seriously.
Or make me grab your ass.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think once women understand that men and women are different, and men typically want a feminine woman that's going to be compliant and pleasant,
Right.
she'll be good and be an asset versus being a liability.
I have a
Very good.
question.
I think a simple way to put this
I
is
wanted
like,
to get into something too.
Yeah, we'll let you
We're
get
gonna
yeah.
finish
Yeah.
the talk.
Don't worry, ladies. You're all going to get to talk. Don't worry.
look at your grandmother, right? Or before, in the olden days. The modern woman now doesn't have traits of like what was back then, for example, being feminine, you know, being an asset to the house, being a mother 1st, versus now it's career, I'm independent, I'm a boss babe, which is cool. But the problem is that, like, what is the man that you actually want? What does he want? And just being peace of mind, you know, peace in the home. He comes home, it's peaceful, you know, dinner's probably made already, the kids are being taken care of. And then secondly, let's say, for example, you're with a guy, you're arguing with him every night, it's chaos. He doesn't want that. So peaceful, feminine, and of course, on some level, appealing to him sexually.
Right. And just a question to interject right there. So you're saying that, you know, which is a fact, I agree, that women now does not have the traits back in the days as our grandma and
That's
stuff
true.
like that. But do you feel like men nowadays still have that trait like our grandpa? I feel like it's a totally
Now, I'll be real
disconnect
here.
and we're having the same struggle with each sex.
A lot of men are not men anymore. Just
True.
even a buck.
That's true.
I love that.
However, let's say you,
you need
find
a
a
drum
guy.
roll.
That is
Let's say you find a guy that's actually the man that you want. Do you know what he really wants? That's the problem. Girls like, oh, his teacher take me as I am. But
No.
guess what? He's worked his ass off to get to where he's at. He's not gonna tolerate less. So
Well, I like to ask men nowadays, like, what do you, I actually get into the meat of it, especially if I like you, like, what do you want in a woman? What do you see in a woman? And I try to, like, I'm not going to say I'm going to change my whole and put on a facade, but if most of the things that he like, if I already have those qualities and if I can build on those qualities, I build on those qualities to be the type of woman that he wants. I don't mind
yeah, I
doing
think
that.
a good foundation is you're feminine. You know, obviously you're in shape, and thirdly, you're I want to say asset to his business or his lifestyle.
I am.
All right, this is gonna be unpopular, but I'm just gonna say it. You already fucked up by having to ask him. because and let me spin it back, because I've realized that, like, sometimes when I say things, women look at me like, what the fuck are you, like, what? So let me just, how about this? Let's say you go on a date with a guy and you ask him, or he asks you, well, what do you like in a guy, right? And he has to learn how to protect you from danger. He has to learn how to be a leader. He has to learn how to be confident. He has to learn how to figure all this stuff out. Let's be honest. You're going to be like, what the fuck? This guy isn't attractive because he just doesn't get it. Right? Women want a guy that just gets it. Men also want a woman that just gets it.
Right.
I shouldn't have to, like, you know, obviously to some degree, you're going to have to, like, you know, coach your girl to become the best girlfriend and tell her, hey, I like that, whatever. But she still has to have rudimentary basics down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to say, cook for me when I come home from work. Or I shouldn't have to say the place should be spotless when I walk in.
That's
Or I
right.
shouldn't have to say keep your voice down when I'm around my friends and don't embarrass me about a loud, obnoxious bimbo. But the thing is that when a man has to go out of his way to tell a lady how to be a lady, she's no longer really a lady. And what you're automatically gonna go into recreational use only in his head. And here's the thing that sucks for women. Men, since I told you guys before, men can't be honest with women. They also can be honest with you about what they don't like about you. So what are most guys gonna do? They're gonna play
Suck
the
it
game,
up.
get the sex,
Get rid of
and
it.
then leave. They're like, all right, cool. Like this girl is useless. She doesn't really help out. She kind of just like comes in, takes, makes me go on stupid ass dates, whatever. Guys will play the game to get what they want and then leave. So what I always tell girls is this: it doesn't matter how many motherfuckers in your DM. It doesn't matter how many guys hit you up. It doesn't matter how many guys are willing to fly you out, whatever. How many guys can you fucking keep around after you smash them?
Bam.
That's the real question.
But I have a
If
question.
you can't keep them around after you fuck, you out of luck. Done. Simple as that. So I think my thing is, if a woman and I'm not just saying this to pick on you, because a lot of girls ask that, they kind of want to figure out what the man likes. I'll keep it nice and simple for you.
I have a quick question.
Be friendly, be nice, be feminine. He shouldn't have to tell you, hey, he shouldn't have to tell you anything really when it comes down to it.
Right.
If you're just a lady naturally, he's gonna be good. Just like you want him to be a man and be natural. You want him to pick the day. You want him to hold the door open for you. You want him to be a gentleman naturally. He wants to be a lady naturally.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. It's just that the difference is that men are never gonna tell women, hey, I need you to be more ladylike. They're just gonna play the game, get the sex, and run. And then you'll be wondering like, why do you ghost me?
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So what if you're a female and you have your head above your shoulders, you work, educated, genuine, caring, loving, you have all the qualities. Why would a guy not want to sit there and be serious about it with you?
I'll answer this right now. Let's reverse the roles, right? Me and you go on a date. All right?
I like this.
Okay. Me and you go on a date, and we show up, and you're attracted to me or whatever, right? And I'm attracted to you. We're on our first date, and on the first date, I proceed to tell you how, I ripped the runway when I walk down it. I'm a model, right? I got a Gucci shoe collection, 100 pairs. I got a walk-in closet. It's really nice, and I start to tell you about I got Jimmy Choo shoes. I got some exclusive gear that no one else has. I also have an extensive Jordan collection. Got some Balenciaga jackets. I got a bunch of cool shit when it comes with my fashion, right? And I also that I like to I like to keep up with my looks. I like to get my hands done every now and then with manicure. I like to keep myself up. I'm a pretty boy, and I tell you about all the things I do to keep my looks up. What was your thoughts beyond that?
It's a lot, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking
Hold on. It's gonna all make sense here in a second.
Okay. It's a lot. It's too much. Like
Okay.
you learn that as you meet the person. You learn those qualities. You know that he likes to dress well. You know that he's educated, he's caring. But that's still
But I'm
not the
strictly
question.
talking about me taking care of myself. I'm talking about I'm almost kind of like a metro.
First date.
Yeah,
metrosexual.
It's just
what
a
are your
lot.
thoughts?
It's you're bombarding me.
So what is your so what's your thoughts on it?
It's
Is
a
it
turn
great?
off.
It's a turn off.
It's a turn off.
Fantastic. That's exactly how men feel about women with careers. It's no one cares. No one
No,
cares
but I'm
because
saying-
let me just because here's the thing. A lot of women try to fight me on this. I need you
Okay.
to listen to me very closely. Your career is great for you. My fashion sense and my walk-in closet is great for me. But women don't benefit from a man that's dressed well, just like men don't benefit from a woman that's educated and makes money. We look for different things.
Right.
You're providing security, right? On your end as the woman with a good career. I'm providing beauty as a man. But who
Right.
gives a fuck? Men want beauty, women want security. So we're reversing the roles here. So the thing is that when you tell a man these things, I have a career, I have make money, etc. It's indifference. We don't care. It's great. Like they'll sit there, like, oh, really? Tell me more. Oh, where'd you go to school? Simmons. That's fantastic. I was down the street at BU. I don't fucking know. They're gonna say whatever they gotta say to get laid. But deep down, men really don't care about it. And I'll take it a step further. The more money the man makes, the less he cares. How many millionaires have you guys seen in Miami with fucking dumbass bimbos? A million, right? All the time. So, and I didn't say all that to like cut you off, or whatever. But I just really want you to understand, just same level of like. I don't care that you're, fashionably, dressed well and you take care of yourself. That's how men feel about a woman that has a career. It's good for you, but it doesn't benefit me of the opposite gender.
But what if she doesn't say it? Like you both know what you are. You both know you have a good status. You're caring. You're great. Like you have everything that checks off the list, guy and girl. But you both know who you are as people.
Sure.
Why wouldn't that bring you
You want
guys?
to be honest?
Go ahead.
I went on a million dates with successful women. You want to know what they all tell me? That's what they lead with. I went to school here. I do this, etc. Their career defines them, which is great. Like that's good for you. But men don't care. Women that are successful tend to want to tell the world that they're successful because it's such an anomaly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like I've said it on this podcast a million times. As much as people want to call me a misogynist, asshole, whatever, I feel sorry for successful women because the thing that sucks is that a successful woman is never gonna get her flowers like a successful man because men don't care about a woman's success. However, women do care about a man's success. So a woman that is successful, hyper, competitive, etc. She's never gonna get the same accolades and respect from society that a man does.
But then another question.
Oh shit.
What if it's
So the
like
last question before you ask it real quick?
Does it have to do with this?
Yeah.
It does? All right, let her ask her thing and then go ahead and then fresh. Did you have something you wanted to add in?
I think you pretty much nailed it on the head.
Oh, okay. All right.
what's your belief on like a female wants to build with the guy, right? And then the guy also wants to build with the female. Like they want to build together to have this great life. Why would they not do that? Why would they let just the man do that?
So, okay, so are you asking me from the male perspective? Like, because, why would the man not want to build with a woman?
No, like if a
Financially, I
female
think she
has
means.
her own thing going on,
Yeah.
the man also does.
Yeah.
Why would they not see that as a benefit? Like
Oh,
she's
she's
doing her
saying-
thing,
Okay.
he's doing his
Financially.
thing.
It's her
Together we
business.
can build.
So the problem is that like, okay, let's say you got your business, right? I got mine. Which one takes priority?
Yours.
Exactly. And here's the problem, right? Let's say we build your business, right? And it becomes successful. Mine suffers. No, you're the leadership. You're the head of the household. That by itself doesn't really work out well because if you're the leader, you're making all the rules and you're the one in charge. What am I doing as a man? Nothing.
Yeah.
So as a result, if you want to build together with your man, the best way to help him with his business, because by default, he's going to take care of you. Vice versa, if it was a woman's business, are you going to take care of him? Probably not.
And there's stats to show that if a woman out-earns her man, it significantly increases
uninterested.
the chances of
She's
a
divorced.
divorce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I always say when a man leads, it's good. A woman's gonna be in her natural state and follow and be feminine and submissive. When a woman leads, she gonna lead you all right to the end of that fucking relationship. So that's why I always say like, and this is why like hyper successful women are. I hate to say it like this. They're fairly useless to successful men. Fuck. I'm just gonna say, successful women are useless to successful men a lot of the times. Because your money doesn't benefit me. Your success doesn't benefit me. Unless you're going to come in and be an asset, maybe you were an accountant or maybe you were a lawyer, etc.
Yeah.
And then you come in and now you accentuate what I have and you make our business grow. That's great. That's why relationships where the woman works for the man, whether it's like as a secretary or as an advisor, whatever it is,
Or an
that works out.
assistant.
But if it goes the other way, 9 out of 10 times that woman's going to be like, this nigga's a bitch. I'm up now.
Wow.
I'm going to find somebody
Yes.
else.
I
So
hear you.
that's
Yeah.
why successful women lose a lot of times because if I'm a successful man, right, and I'm making quite a bit of money, who am I going to want? Am I going to want a competitive woman that's a little bit older that has her degree? Or am I going to want a young, more attractive girl that's going to get on my program? I'm going to want the more young, attractive girl.
Right.
And
You
what
can
I've seen
mold.
work is the guy will have money set up already or he's already established and she wants like a side business. He'll support her in that aspect, but it's never going to be the main priority of the actual couple.
Yeah.
So basically, men and women are not symmetrical.
Not at all.
No,
Not
I
at all.
do.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Man is supposed to be a provider. Woman is supposed to be.
Yeah, and again, like this is, and I just want to make this very clear to all the successful women out there that make money, because you're a master's degree holder and you're probably a higher earner. I'm not saying that you can't get a man when you're a
Yeah.
higher earner
No, I get
at
you.
all. And I don't want women out there to be discouraged. But what I will say is, I'm not going to lie to you. The more money you make and the more successful you become, the more you put yourself in a little box.
Right.
Because
I
you only
respect that.
find a certain demographic of man attractive, and this very man that you find attractive can date millions of other girls.
Right.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to accept the fact that he's going to date these other women and not be monogamous to you and stay by his side? Or are you going to get mad and say, fuck it, I'm going to find another guy? It's going to be tough because he
Right.
can date a million girls and you can only date that small box.
Right.
So,
No, I agree.
yeah.